Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to fix a Flexolator style sofa. You can find these at Crate&Barrel, Arhaus, maybe some other manufacturers, I'm not really sure. But if you don't know if you have a Flexolator, just go to the web page that your couch is on, assuming it's still on there. Go to details and you'll see Flexolator right there. Here's the Arhaus example. And right there, Flexolator suspension. You'll see 3,400 bucks for these. Crate&Barrel starts at 2,100, goes up to about 3,000 or more, but depending on the fabric. So you'll see why I don't want to get a new couch. So today I'm going to show you how to fix a sagging couch where the Flexolator system is actually broken for about $20. So if you don't know what a Flexolator style is, it's basically just a long grid held on by these springs to keep the tension across. It's an okay system, but it doesn't hold up to a lot of wear very well. So in my case, for these brackets and rows snapped, and there's basically no tension in the middle of the sofa on this side right here. This is a newer style of the sofa, but it's same deal. So right here, this was sagging, and it was visibly sagging. But when you sat down, you sink way far down, and the more you sit in it when it's damaged, the worse it's going to get. And you don't want it to be irreparable. So it uses time now to show you how to fix it for under $20, assuming you have all the tools I'll show you, and maybe get some more life out of your couch instead of shelling out a bunch of money for a new one. As a disclaimer, this is a completely DIY project. It's not professional whatsoever. This is done using random hardware at Lowe's that I think might fix it. Hopefully I can get some more life out of it. So the tools you'll need to do this job, not all these are required, but definitely need some pliers. You can use nail nose too. Really like the way these grip though. Get a better handle on the staples. I got edge cutters, don't really need these, hardly used them. Definitely want a flathead screwdriver or some kind of prying tool to get into the staples. If you want some kind of hook like this, you could probably use a pick too, but you definitely got to be careful. Definitely need a strong type of hook because those springs are really, really tight, especially the first one. Some kind of drill index. These are for aircraft sheet metal, so they're not fractional. They're decimal. But any drill bits will work, even fractionals are fine. Tape measure, if you need it, assuming not every bracket is going to be 2.5 inches. So yeah, this is not required. This helps though, helps determine what drill bit you'll need for the bolts. But again, not required, but useful. Drill required. Stapler required. You may be able to use a pneumatic, like nail gun, staple gun, but let's have 1/2 inch staples, T50. They're quite a bit thicker than the ones that were on the couch, but that's fine. They're pretty strong. Couch here that needs repair, and this is a Crate&Barrel couch with the Flexolator system, which I think most of them have. Looks like there's 4 broken tabs right here. So you see these little brackets right here, they snap off pretty easily. This couch has been sagging for quite a while. It's basically just an L bracket that goes around the front right here, and I think it's stapled onto the front under the padding. So basically I got 2 of these couches, super deep. They're very expensive, but they're not built very well. But you can see this side is, I don't know if you can see in the video, but this side's starting to sag a little bit. I think this one has maybe 1 or 2 broken brackets, but the outsides away from the TV get used the most, like these right here. So that side is nearly perfect. This side is broken. That side's perfect. This side is starting to break a little bit. So we're gonna attempt to repair this. I'm not sure if I can, but we're gonna try. I haven't seen a video on it, on any of these Flexolator system repairs. So basically what you want to start doing is pull off the cover on the bottom, and they're just stapled in a little bit. Not too many staples. You can see they're spaced out pretty evenly. So all you need to remove these are just off a flathead screwdriver, pair of good pliers, and I got some edge cutters just in case, but I doubt I'll need these. Alright guys, so I got the fabric pulled off. I had to go about a couple feet past where the last broken tab is, but that's not a big deal. It'll be easy. But I got them all exposed, so now what I'm going to do is pry this off. It's literally just stapled in there. I'm going to pry that staple out, take these tabs out, and I'll just take one with me to Lowe's and see if I can find a suitable bracket. Maybe one that's a little bit stiffer and will hold up to more body weight. So here's the other side of the actually the back side of the couch. So obviously it gets less wear. I mean, the couches are so deep that these don't get much wear compared to the front. People plop down and puts a lot of stress on those ones. But you can see that these are pretty loose, and you can see from all this flex, these are taking a lot of the stress right now because those are broken. But you can see that these are pretty loose right here. Yeah, pretty much straight across from the ones that are broken. You can also see the tear out of the plywood right there. Change the camera, there you go. And obviously this is taking a lot of the load right now. I think these probably aren't going to last very long, so I'm going to find more brackets, and if possible, I don't know if I can get in there. Maybe try to get a bracket in there. I don't know. Hopefully I can. Not a big deal if I can't, but if I don't, I'd like to not take this thing apart again. So I'll see what I can do. I'll get some extra brackets, and I'll grab even more for this couch over here. I got the brackets out all four. I actually took a Sharpie and just marked where each one was. Obviously you can see where the staples bled up, just in case you couldn't, just mark where they go. So I got the brackets here, and hey bud. So I got this broken bracket here. So the overall length is going to be 2.5 inches into the couch, and then the L that goes around the front where it fastens is about, it's 3/4. Oh, shaky. Yeah, so 3/4 inch. So what I'm going to do is I I want to find a bracket that's 2.5 inches. If I had to fab one, that's fine too. So I'll find a 2.5, but I'm also going to see if there's a bracket that's actually longer this way, maybe 1.5 inches to double the length. And what they'll do is kind of keep it away from the tear out in the plywood. Hopefully get a better grip up here. Maybe even shoot 2 fasteners in it if possible. So yeah, I'll go to Lowe's, see what I can find, and yeah, be back. So here's what I picked up from Lowe's. So they got these posts, well, actually here. So here's these L brackets. I think they're called corner braces. So they're pretty stiff. They're 2.5 inch. Why won't that focus? But yeah, they're 2.5 inches each way, and that's that's exactly the length of the side I need. So I'm not worried about it being 2.5 on the other side either. It's fine. And then so yeah, but they got these posts, and I picked up 4 1-inch and 4 3/4 inch, just in case one of them didn't work. I didn't feel like running back to Lowe's. I probably will have to. But yeah, I mean, the reason I went with these, hoping it works, is because it's got this flat end, and when the bracket is on the front of the couch, I want to keep it as low of a profile as possible, especially since these brackets are thicker than the ones that came with it. So having this really low profile head like that should help, helping not like bulge out of the front. I'm sure the padding will soak up most of it, so you won't even notice it. But compared to a bolt head that's really, really thin, and obviously fit through like a bushing, drill all the way through, whatever diameter this is, screwed on the back. And when I screw that on the back, I'm gonna use these fender washers, and just pick up random stuff. So 3/16 by 1. And that'll help disperse the load a little bit on the plywood. So I got the post right here, and I got a drill index right here. These are for sheet metal actually, but they'll be fine for wood. So just take dial calipers if you got them. Highly recommend them. So you'll see the diameter of those bushings, or posts, I guess, are going to be 199. It's in inches. So if we look at the drill index here, and you can see that, but number 9 is 196, and number 8 is actually 199. It's perfect. But since I probably won't drill it perfectly straight, I'm gonna use the number 9, which is 196. It's gonna be a touch small, and maybe it'll actually end up being like a slip fit. So I'm gonna try that when I install these brackets. All right, so we got our number 9 on our drill. I'm gonna pull these brackets out, and I'm gonna try shooting this first one right here. So with that little corner brace on it, but it's not a big deal. So it looks like I'm gonna have to shoot this upper one for the bolt. I don't think this one looks like it's gonna hit a piece of plywood down there, which is unfortunate. So actually, I'm kind of concerned if that fender washer will fit on the back side. Let me see if I can show you that. So you got a bracket down here. I completely forgot about this brace right here. So there's not gonna be a lot of room right there. I might actually end up shooting into this plywood at the lower hole. So I'm gonna shoot through the top hole and see what I can get. If I can't use the fender washer, no biggie. I'm actually have some smaller washers around. I'll just use that instead. And I got this hole drilled to an 8 instead. I actually have to run it through again. It's really tight. That should be enough. Now I'm gonna try to shoot this post through. I had to hit it with a hammer or something to get it to press in. I'd rather have it be tight than too loose, so that's fine. Anything's a hammer. So yeah, I like how flush that sits. Alright, so I actually found some washers in my closet. They're just number 10. Actually fit really well around the shaft of that post, around the post. So I got the 2 washers stacked up right there to make up the difference. I'm actually at a third one just in case, but we'll see when I thread the screw in wherever I put that. There it is. Alright, so see how this fits. I may add a third though, if it doesn't press in all the way. Tighten it down real quick with the flathead. Fortunately, they're not Phillips, which sucks, but whatever. If that doesn't tighten all the way down, I'll just pop a third washer on there and call it a day. So yeah, it's still a little loose. Yeah, I'll pop a third washer on there. Should be fine. So I got 3 washers on that stacked up. And throw that in and see if that tightens it down. May have to grip the post end or something with a pair of pliers to get nice and tight, but we'll see. So let's do this to the rest of them, and I'll show you how to get this spring on real quick actually. So just line it up like that. I got this, I don't know what it is. This might be, actually be from like a drum brake pull or something for the springs, but it works really well. And these springs are really, really tight. So you just feed it through underneath between the padding and give it a really, really good tug. Put the camera down so I can break this couch so it doesn't slide towards me. I'm gonna try and pop it through that hole on the new bracket. Come on. There we go. Perfect. Alright, and just repeat that for the next 3 brackets. Alright, so I got all 4 in place. Actually, looks like it's going to work really well. The grid is pretty tight. Yeah. So looks like the holes are actually interesting. Looks like these are actually set back just a little bit compared to these. These looks like they come out more, but these holes are slotted too. But looks like the tension is pretty even along here. So I'm going to try and move these grids. Looks like they've been misplaced because it's been sagging for so long. So I'm going to stick these and try to straighten them out as much as possible. That'll help disperse the load a little bit. Get that away. Yeah, straighten these out. And I think before I staple everything up, I'm going to flip it back over and make sure the sagging is gone. It looks really good for $20 fix. Actually less than that. All right, so I'm gonna get this vacuumed up, get all this crap out of here before I flip it over, clean up the tools a little bit, and we'll see how it goes. All right, I got the couch flipped over. Looks like a mess, but you can tell this has been, well, it's obviously not tight because it's not stapled in yet, but you can tell it's probably been stretched out from sagging for at least a year. But right now it feels pretty good. The spring feels like it has really similar tension. Might be a touch sloppy compared to the better side, but Overall, you know, I don't hear any noise from the new brackets. Nothing's clanking around. No extra creaks or anything. So I'm gonna get this turned back over, get this stapled back on, and yeah, might throw a cushion on it real quick just to see how it feels. But I don't want to sit on it too long without this fabric being fastened on. Before I button it back up, here's the cushions right now. I actually just sit on both sides, and you know, typically this would be sagging after sitting on it. You'll really see it's a visible swoop. I mean, this cushion is probably a little more worn than this one, but overall, it feels really good. I'm happy with it. I got my stapler handy. I'm going to start shooting this fabric back on, and this Crate&Barrel couch, the stuff that's just left inside. That's nice. So I'm going to pull the fabric up. We didn't stretch out too much. I'm going to shoot this padding on. It was stapled in just a few, several spots. So I'll just shoot the padding in a couple areas so it doesn't fold up and go anywhere. So I'm just going to work it from the end I left off on. I'm not going to shoot that many staples in because I have a feeling I'll be back in here again. No biggie. You have to keep it on. So I'm trying to keep it as even as possible so you don't notice any swaying in the fabric. And then move on to the cover. And notice I'm not pulling too tight, just a little bit. Pull too tight might cause I don't know, might be a little bit too much tension on the fabric, but kind of see where there's a crease anyway from where it was folded. Just kind of line that back up and shooting it on. But yeah, you see, I'm not putting that many staples in. This, I mean, I think it's pretty excessive how many were in there before. Alright, this is where it's going to get tricky. So this fold is pretty tough. Move the camera up so you guys can see this. So I got this fold right here. Sorry, I got a pretty bad angle. But whatever. So I'll shoot this right here and pull this nice and tight that way. So it lines up pretty well. Staple these pieces together. Maybe. Should hold in place nicely. Oh man, that's fun. Just don't want to bunch up so you don't see any, so it's not lumpy right here. It's not terrible right there. Not great, but probably never even notice it, honestly. So pop just one in right there. Pull this piece up nice and tight. It's not too lumpy, kind of is. Oh well. Put that in a couple spots. So I think that was pretty good. Yeah, I could have definitely done that better, but It's low. It's hard to see. So I think some of these staples are sticking up pretty high. Sorry, I might just hit them with a hammer, drop them down a little bit. Yeah. Other than that, it's looking pretty good. Just have yeah, see this sit pretty high. But yeah, not too many staples. I might add just several more. Yes. Oh yeah, right here. You'd add some more right there. Put another one right there. Then put the cover on and flip it back over. So now I'm gonna bring the saw back over. You can see it's folded over like that. So I'm kind of getting in place. So what I'm gonna do is actually stick the little feet on, screw those in, and that should keep it from slipping out of place. So I pop both of those in. That way it won't drop down. It'll be, you know, loosely held in by the feet. I'm not going to screw them all the way down yet. Just enough to keep it from sliding over inside the couch. There we go. Alright, that'll be fine for now. Now let's get this all lined up. I'm going to start from the ends over there again and work my way over to the outside edge. Yeah, get this set up and this thing rolling. Excited. That's it. You notice I put more staples on the front side of the couch just so you can't see the cover sagging or whatever from the front. I doubt you will. Might need another one right there, but there's a lot less in the back. Just don't need that many, especially if you might have to come back in here again. Don't feel like taking out 1,000 staples. There's all the staples that came out, by the way. So yeah, let's get this thing flipped over and cushions back on. We'll see how it feels. All right, here it is. It looks way better. Of course, I forgot to get a video of it before, but it is dogs. Get out of the way. It is much better. You can see it's a lot more. It's a lot more even right there. This was literally just sagging right in the middle. This cushion right here, so I'm really happy with it. God damn dogs. But yeah. No creaks. Feels good. Dogs can't. Yeah, dogs like it. Sure. But yeah, easy fix. All right.